the truth.
You and I have never seen democracy. All we've seen is hypocrisy.
All we say to America is be true to what you said on paper.
You know what's right. Just do right. It will satisfy your soul.
Greetings and salutations. What it is, what's up? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever this may find you in the world, in the universe. I hope and pray that your heart is well, your mind is well, that you're doing good. Thank you for tapping in yet again. Do me a favor, share, call your cousin, your auntie, your nieces, your nephews, something to tap in to Fire 716 Radio. Big Frank at night in the morning. We'll be at on the Just Conversation podcast. Yeah, share. Do that. You got time. Who we talking to? I'll take you in a minute. Go share. You did. Appreciate you. Thank you so very much. Let us rock out. I have the privilege and the honor to sit next to me, which is a young man. Everybody's a young man, no matter who you are. So I don't care. Young man next to me. My brother, brother Barksdale, Michael Barksdale, who is running for the school board seat. How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing excellent.
Good. So you know, I'm gonna be myself, right?
Right.
You know, we a little bit country around here. Okay. So before we even get into all the school board conversations, who are you? Where did you come from here in the Falls? How are you connected to this area in this region?
All right. First off, thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
It is a privilege and honor to be on the Big Frank Show. So most should know, I born and raised in Niagara Falls, first 20 years of my life. Grew up in Jordan Gardens, went to the local schools, G.J. Mann, Gaskill, and Trott before it closed. We closed Trott down in style by winning the 1987 Boys Basketball Championship. And, that set off a legacy of basketball in Niagara Falls, New York.
Sweet.
Niagara Falls, New York. I love to tell that stat is that there's only one other school that has won more championships or going to the States more than Niagara Falls. So I call Niagara Falls now the Mecca of basketball.
Okay, Mecca. In 87.
87 started off.
I wasn't here yet. I didn't show up to 88, but I appreciate
you. You don't have to bring that up.
But we appreciate you. But it was crazy. I went to those same schools you mentioned. I know we only got a few options here, but I went to G.J. Mann. Mm-hmm. Also went to that was my elementary school, and also went to Gaskill. So yeah. You know, we in the same roundabout. You was there before I was.
Right.
We was rocking out. Okay. What was your motivation or your cause to run or even start the conversation regarding the school board of Niagara Falls?
There's a couple things. One of the things that really started off was when my wife and I were looking to move back. My wife was looking at, okay, what school are we going to put our son in? Mm-hmm. You know, it would be starting fourth grade. And, you know, you look at the listings when looking to buying a house and they rating the schools, and all of them was subpar. All of them. I'm like, I was telling my wife and family, everybody I knew wherever I was living, Niagara Falls had it going on when it came to education. And then those numbers were not looking good.
Wow.
And so I'm like, okay, we got to figure out something. If they that bad, I'm going to have to pay for them to get a good schooling or something, but we're going to have to work it out.
Yeah.
So we got here, asked around, if anybody would recommend an elementary school for him, and nobody said anything in Niagara Falls.
Wow.
Yeah. So we plugged him into Niagara Charter.
Okay.
Because he came from an excellent charter system out, in the Phoenix area.
Got you.
So we tapped that, but we still watching it. That wasn't the greatest, but it was better than what we had here in the city.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. And how many children do you have?
I have 3 biological boys.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
And your youngest one is in the school system here.
Yes.
Sweet. How old is he?
He's 13 now.
13 now. So what you have is you have the history of not a subpar school, but in Phoenix, if you will, just high quality education. Getting here, realizing there's a major difference in the way that things are executed. We get over to the charter school. What do you assume that the problem is when it comes down to the way that education has developed here in the city of Niagara Falls?
Okay, so it would have been an assumption early on.
Yes.
But when I got here and connected with a few folks, Dr. Tina Schultz,
Yes.
Lawrence and Jackie Blaber, initially started out with Ms. Deborah Hicks,
Yes.
and actually legislator elder.
Oh, sweet.
And so we had gotten in, they were looking to start another charter school in the city. And we came together and we started getting feedback from, the attendees, the community.
Yeah.
And they were like, some of these issues came up. So we sat down, we started talking, and we started focusing, and then we started digging into this. And with that was finding out that it's not just Niagara Falls.
Yeah.
It's throughout the country.
Wow.
I never really paid attention to it coming up. My boys, they come home, they did very well in school. Never caused me to want to look and see what was going on with them. But as I was reading numbers and talking to parents and educators and everybody about what's been going on, it's like, wow, this thing is bad.
Oh, wow.
And it goes back to the early 2000s where they had that No Child Left Behind.
Yes.
What it's supposed to mean is we do everything we can to help a child to learn so we can move them forward.
Yeah.
But a lot of folks said, no, we can't fail them or we'll get in trouble. So he was pushing them along. And again, my sons did very well in school. So I wasn't as concerned with that.
Yeah.
But now I'm getting out and seeing that there's a lot of people been impacted with that.
For sure. What is the resolve though? What is the fix? What is the realigning of getting the system that has not been doing well in subpar? How do we get that back into an alignment? One thing that I hear constantly is being about solutions, but what is the baseline starting point to getting things back in alignment to be more effective?
So it's a good point. You point out, said the key word there is baseline.
Yeah.
We need to get to a baseline and get back to what a lot of people, well, more and more people are talking about the science of reading. A lot of people think it's a curriculum, but it's more a concept. It's teaching the students how to read based on how the brain learns. So it's not like when, well, at least when I was coming up, where you learn your prefix, your suffix, your root word, you sound out the words, you learn all your vowels and things like that. You have spelling tests, vocabulary tests, you have all that. They don't do it. It's more pictures and memorizing words.
Yeah, I recall having an interview with Blaber a while back, and he was breaking that down too, that even at an early age, that the children don't necessarily know how to spell or sound out words. It is more so picture-based.
Yes.
I know what this is, but I can't sound it out and I can't spell it out.
Right.
And just even my son being 4, even today, he was just like, how do you write an R? So we walking him through the process of writing his name.
Right.
But it's like, this isn't taught in the time of development.
Right.
It can impede upon their ability to learn going forward. So I think all of those components are necessary. And I think there's a group, I don't know if I can say this, that you're a part of, which consistently provides information for the community.
Right.
Now, I can assume the answer, but I make it plain. Why did you guys think it was important to start the organization and to launch that?
So with us, it was advocacy. You had a lot of people crying out with needs or did not know certain things. And so we look to give a voice to those concerns. It's not only educational excellence, it's also health and wellness.
Yes.
It's also financial literacy, and it's also civic engagement.
Yes.
So those are different areas, as we see at the City Hall, City Council meetings, people are trying to express their concerns and get results. And so we give them the information. We did a couple of sessions on what City Hall actually can and cannot do. But more importantly, we try to teach people their roles.
Yes.
You're putting responsibility on folks that's not their responsibility. We can do our part as citizens and come together. So going back to the education piece, education is foundational.
Yes.
If a child cannot read or write and comprehend, they can't do math. And so they're just out there. Yes. I mean, what are you going to do? Right. Something I was thinking about earlier today is like, wow, interacting with, different brothers now who did serve time, said they learn to read in prison. Why is this prison system better at teaching people to read than our schools? Yeah.
That's something to consider. I think that sometimes the parents or the individual are so in survival mode that we really don't take the time to try to really figure out if our children are really developing or getting what they need, because we're so, and it's called spade to spade,
Right.
just trying to work, make sure
Yep.
the lights on, the gas is on, the bills is paid,
Right.
a period of a fair,
Mhm.
good time, if you will. It's like, but I'm not really sitting down to see, because now though,
Mhm.
the information that we get now for the kids are above what the parents can even
Right.
comprehend.
Right.
So then there's also like, hey, I don't even really want to engage in that, or that's above me. You know,
Right.
get your tutor, but then that's more time, or that's more pay
Mhm.
that we don't have. So there's all those components. But let me just speak to the point that you mentioned. But that even goes back even for the parent
Mhm.
who was raised in the current system.
Right.
So it's like, hey, you weren't provided the tools. The level of care wasn't as intense for you. So but you navigate, you survived,
Right.
but now you need to be there for your children, and your capacity is limited
Mhm.
because you don't know how to navigate that space. So
Right.
it becomes an ongoing
Mhm.
train if it's not dealt with accordingly.
Right.
And we talked the solutions concept of the baseline. I'm gonna get into some heavier conversation. You ready for this?
All right,
We're here
make
now. Do you, and this is a general consensus, you won't have you call anybody out, overall, do you think that the current school board has true intentions to elevate what's necessary for the youth and young adults to be properly educated?
You want a yes or no answer? Or?
Yeah, no, go ahead. However you feel. I know
It's hard for me to say, but like I said, let's just be real about it. I have not seen in these last 2.5, 3 years the ability for them to understand what needs to be done.
Mm-hmm.
I just do not they have not demonstrated that.
Yeah.
I'm amazed. I had one board member said they were on the board for 5 years and they still don't know what they're doing.
Wow.
And I would not have said that on camera.
Absolutely.
I would not have said that on camera. And you begin to ask these questions, and they all go back to the superintendent.
Mm.
They ask him, and he tells them what he wants them to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's not really effective in any kind of structure.
Right.
And for me, and I'll be outside looking again, I have not attended the school board meetings. I've watched some clips online. I've been sent some clips. So for me, I also understand that they are aware of the challenges, but won't really engage in fixing them until there's a media frenzy or attention to it. And I think that is kind of disheartening as a parent, as a citizen, be like, oh, I knew this was the issue, but you're not going to fix the issue until there's some noise being made.
Right.
On social media and on the television internationally, if you will. Because I think there's noise being made consistently, because like I said, I know that you personally have been going to the board meetings as well as others to speak your concerns, not just about the students, but those with autism and disabilities. Like, so, so there's been an ongoing conversation, but yet, and I just call a spade because I don't mind doing it. Yet the narrative is that you guys are just bringing complaints and not solutions.
Right.
How do you feel about that narrative that's being spun like that?
No, you're saying that we only bring in complaints?
But yeah, so a lot of times what they say, what I've been echoing in the streets is that even at the school board meetings and even at City Hall, people are bringing more so the complaints, but not bringing any solutions.
Right.
Do you think you fall in that category and say it like that?
No, not at all. So if you go back and you say my age, watch the tape.
Yes.
Watch the tape. No, watch the videos. You will hear expressly what we're concerned with and how to address it.
Yes.
There's research done. We don't get up and just start ranting about something. There's research done and it's vetted among our team.
Yes.
We don't allow each other to go up and say some nonsense because again, we operate in excellence.
Yes.
So we are well researched.
Yes.
When we go to speak, we look, and that's a difference. We can refer to school law or school policy. This is where we're falling short, but here's what we can do to do better, how to correct it.
Yeah. So based off of what that's even being said, which is a great segue to the next question is, what are the current stats of the city of Niagara Falls? If you know them offhand, I'm not saying you got to be Einstein, but if you know, like what is our graduation rate? What is our success rate? Like where do we stand currently?
Right. So graduation rate is at 87% in Niagara Falls, which the New York State is either 85 or 86%. So we're above that.
Mm-hmm.
We don't even celebrate that.
Yeah.
But then the question comes back to, what are they really graduating? Are they graduating with an education?
Mm.
We just say the rate. And then when you do that, percentages can be manipulated.
Gotcha.
I'm not saying that's going on. I don't know for a fact. But whenever you hear percentages, for me, working with numbers all my life, it's like, I you can make them work to your advantage.
Gotcha. So let me make a plain. So the percentage rate can be 87,
right?
That they're graduating, but the question is it good education?
Right.
Is it sustainable?
Mm-hmm.
Can they get a job? Do they understand the application? Mm-hmm. Like, does the education that they have, or have they just been passed through and pushed through,
right,
time and time again,
right?
So
the other one too is the literacy rate is right around. Well, when we say literacy, there's a test that they come out, and are they reading at grade level?
Mm-hmm.
And that's at 27% right now, and it's been hovering between 25 and 32% for the last 11 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Again, all this stuff you can go on the New York State Education Department website to find it.
So how do you really vet then? Say the election happens. How do you know that the outcome will be different, or how do you vet the quality of education? How do you vet it? How do you know that, hey, they can read better now? Like how what's that vetting process?
So that vetting process is where they actually have to begin. There's ways of testing them inside the class, not to just the state or the national exam.
Yeah.
But there's ways of measuring it in the classrooms that we're not doing that right now.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
And so here's one of the other things too, is that the role of the board member is not the day-to-day operations. Mm-hmm. It is oversight. Again, we get it confused when somebody's elected what they're supposed to be doing.
That's good.
They don't go into the classrooms and say this, but what they do is hold the superintendent accountable for that. Mm-hmm. So he's tasked with, you need to bring this up, these grades up to this level at this time, and make it happen. And then we will, the board, I'll say we will help you, provide you the resource funding or whatever needs to happen to get us to that point. These are your goals. And as the board, they will, again, vote to get the funding or to make that happen.
When we talk about funding and students, how much do you think that as a city we invest in a student per child through the duration of schooling?
I don't know that specific one right now. I will say this, take for what it's worth. The number of her was around $27,000 per student. Per student. That means the building, the teacher, all
just overall, that's the investment. Mm-hmm. But if that investment isn't quality, it's not giving the results that we need. So I'm just that's just
great
point. Because if having the money, if it's not used appropriately or properly in the investment, it affects the impact.
Right.
If the school board election is happening May 19th. Mm-hmm. Let's just jump ahead by faith. You get on the school board. You're sitting there, and then there's always a difference between seeing the seat from the outside,
right,
than being in the seat. Now, so I always give a grace period or a time to learn to see what's really happening inside the walls, right? But what do you hope to accomplish? Let me pause here. Not giving out no promises. What do you, from your current vantage point, what are you hoping to accomplish?
I'm hoping to accomplish better stewardship of the resources we've been given.
Yes.
What it means is we have money, make sure the money is spent properly.
Yes.
And we're getting a good return on our investment. If we're paying for programs, are these programs helping the students and the teachers?
Yeah.
So we got to do that. Are they being executed? Are we following up to look at the results, evaluate the results, and make adjustments?
Yeah. I'm actually this question. I talk about age and me not being here, then you being here, then me not. But do you think that your mindset personally is in a place where you're open to the new technology that is present, and are you open to the new advances that come over time?
Oh yes, absolutely.
Because one of the challenges that I just see from my visual is that some of the council have been present for so long, but they also don't seem to be open for the nuances of what's happening in technology, the nuances of what's happening in education. Like, for example, I went to I Say Yes program Saturday, and what ended up happening was I had to program this little robot to move over, and that was good. That felt like, oh wow, even though it was a light thing, but it's like, is the current school board setting up what you call, I don't say procedures or situations where they're open to the nuances of what's happening? Because I have a real question, because I think that there's an age problem.
Right. Absolutely.
Like, some people have been on the council in my lifetime forever.
Hey,
And
that's true.
And it's like, okay, I'm not knocking the wisdom of experience, that is necessary, but I also see the barrier of the new, and let me just use this for example. Let me just run over to Buffalo for 30 minutes, or over two bridges.
Right.
Not saying that Buffalo doesn't have its challenges.
Right.
But when I look at Buffalo school options, they have schools that cater to specific genres. So when I was in high school, I went to Seneca because I went for electrical technology.
Right.
But I could have went to Emerson, which was geared towards cooking, or I could have went to Hush Tech, which was more a technology-based school.
Right.
Or then they even had performing arts, where these courses, yes, we're teaching you, developing you, but the idea, whether it's implemented by the teachers or not, is a different situation. But the idea is that they help give you a craft or something to learn and to glean, to be able to develop what is that you believe that you can do or desire to do. And I don't know if I necessarily see that here in the system to the magnitude of where it can be better. Does that make sense? Like, we do have the audiovisual. I see that there. We have, I think Stanford just came in.
Yeah, a little bit
for just, and then I'm tapped out because I'm not really sure what other programs and that are present. We have a BOCES concept, but I'm not sure the school board runs that or that outside source.
But see, that's the other issue that we have is, as a parent, we don't know. We're saying transparency. We don't know what's available. And I say this, it absolutely is not all bad. We have some wonderful options and opportunities within the school district. They're just underutilized. I go back to the robotics. Our robotics program, it appears, because I haven't did a deep dive in it, they're winning awards every year. They're competing on if I'm not mistaken, on a national level.
Oh wow!
And we're not celebrating that.
I know.
Our kids are just excelling. Let's celebrate with them. A little bragging.
Valid.
And then point our kids, let them know that's what they can do. One thing that irks me, not all kids, when they say I'm bored. I tell them only boring people get bored, but but there's things for you to get involved in, for you to do is cool things, exposing them to that.
Absolutely.
So that's one thing. Again, coming from Trot, I don't express it a lot, but I love that school, the opportunities that it had. For me, if I digress for a minute.
Go ahead.
So 10th grade, I went electrical. You learn a little electronics, a little wiring. And so in 11th grade, you had to pick either advanced electronics or appliance servicing repair. I didn't want to go into class with those nerds in electronics. I said, no, that ain't me. I'm going to go in here, figure out the air conditioning and everything. I'm going to move to Atlanta and start me my own air conditioning business. But Lord didn't have that plan for me. I was a little hard-headed, graduated from Trot, went out to NU to become a lawyer, attorney.
Oh, wow.
Try to keep the brothers out of jail unnecessarily. So I did that. That wasn't what he had for me. So I worked a year and then went in the Air Force. So me, again, it's nothing wrong with wanting to leave.
Absolutely, for sure.
I mean, opportunities. So I ended up going in the Air Force. I just wanted to leave and be gone in Denver, Colorado as long as I can. So a recruiter, signed me up. He put me in this job called PMEL. It meant Precision Measurement Equipment Laboratory Specialist. Why did I want to go there? Because it put me in Denver, Colorado for 9 months, and I had a blast. So I get in this, I'm doing this, and I had no idea what I was doing. I signed up for. I was learning electronics. So long and behold, 10 years doing that, get out, work for Honeywell, doing that another 9 years. And I realized that 11th grade class, advanced electronics, I said I want to be with them nerds. Man, I nerded out to the highest degree, man. Straight nerd. Because I'm like, when people say what I do in the Air Force, I say it'd take me 9 months to explain. But it was straight. It was nerd work, but it was awesome. The experiences that I had, the things that I learned. And when it hit me that that's what I was called to do, I'm at work. I sit there, start crying. I'm a grown man. I
Oh,
was
wow.
glad nobody's around because I said, I look where God took me.
Yeah.
And I look back to his plan was even from elementary school, the classes, the courses, all that I learned and I went through prepared me for a time such as that.
Wow. Wow.
You know, and I said, man. But again, it was because of the quality of the education
Yes.
and the teachers that cared.
Yes.
I still remember each teacher from elementary school, from kindergarten to 6th grade.
Wow.
You know, but that really imparted to me, and I had this hunger and this desire to learn, to continue to learn.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it wasn't just them, it was the family, and even my friends expected me to, be that nerd. I was encouraged by them,
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
and that's where that village piece came in.
No, for sure. Because even for my just being a young man, my education, it was a collective unit. Even going to the center, tutoring,
Yes.
these elements, it was a collective unit in development. And I'll say this, and I won't say that there's none present because there are present, but I think there's not enough present.
Right.
And then one thing that you talked about earlier is the ability of informing people, because there's a duality to it. Yes, there's a school board. There's I don't know what the word is, I don't know what the word is, but there is the school board, the superintendent, but there's also the teacher, but also the parent,
Yes.
and also the student. So this is not just the school board will change everything,
Right.
but it has things that you guys can implement and add or aid.
Right.
And I think, and I'll just say this, I believe that there are tools that are there to even aid in the advancement, but the question is, are they pushed?
Right.
Are you checking in on it?
Right.
Are you evaluating it?
It is called trust but verify.
Yeah. Trust but verify. And I don't know I'm not sure if that's happening, because if you verify things consistently, you'll realize, oh, this isn't working.
Right.
Let's try this. Or, hey, we've identified that over here is working well. This is being implemented,
Right.
but over here is not
Mm-hmm.
really moving well. Let's see what the challenges are. But I think that sometimes, and I say this speaks to the culture of the city just over decades of time.
Right.
Sometimes we wait last minute to figure out, but now it's too late. Now you waited till June to try to no, where was you at in January?
Now, Brett, you said you haven't been to board meetings, but you understand what be going on.
Yeah. I just pay attention.
You don't hear me though.
Yeah.
It's this thing where, again, there's certain folks on the board that their heels dug in.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna do it unless the state make us.
Yeah. And that's
they wait, and it's last minute. Instead of being proactive, they're reactive. Like, oh, now we got to. They throw something together, and here we are.
Yeah. And when you last minute do a thing, you don't give it the quality that it needs to have. And we're not just talking, oh, it's just a job. No, these are the people's lives. And I think now I question this, and I probably put this kind of weight on you as you progress forward, that there are lives in your hands.
Oh, absolutely.
Like these are it's not just a job. It's not just, oh, somebody else to do it. Oh, we ain't. No, these are people's lives.
Absolutely.
In your hands. And let's call a spade a spade. There's a reason why there's education.
Right.
There's a reason why there's training.
Right.
There's a reason why there's teaching.
Right.
Because naturally I may not know.
Right.
But expose me to something, teach me something, enlighten me, introduce me to something, and just maybe I might get a trigger and it might blow up for me. But but if nothing is there, you don't push anything, I'll say things like, oh, I'm bored. In reality, you can go build you a go-kart and go down Pine Avenue. You can go
like we used to do.
you can go and venture into these other things. But again, like I say, if no one's saying anything.
Right.
And I know that, but and people say things such as this, if they really want to know, they'll go find out. Let's just call a spade a spade. If it's not easily to find, or if it's not easily accessible, I'm not about to go too many hoops.
Right.
I'm not about to hit too many clicks. Why? What is it? I'm not getting ready to go to too many avenues. That's too much. That's too much going on. And that's just the reality of it. You can say what you will. So there's things happening at the Doris Jones Centers. There's things happening at the Boys and Girls Club. So I'm not here to tell you that there's not any 66th Street, that there's not anything happening. But I do understand that there needs to be more focus. And I think it might just be exactly what you said, more accountability, that we're investing into the right things and that everyone is doing what it is that they're doing. Before we head out of here, is there anything that you want to give to the people? Just words of wisdom, of encouragement. Again, I know that on May 19th, we're on the ballot to vote for a
Right.
school board.
Mm-hmm.
I believe you are number 7.
Yes.
Seven.
Seven.
From all my church folks, y'all understand? Okay.
Tell 'em. Preach.
Okay.
Preach.
Complete. And this is what I'll say before I let you speak, and we get out of here. I think that new faces are necessary. And while I'm talking, this came to my mind that even as you run for the school board, Earl is running for the school board. A young lady named RJ, can't recall her last name.
Siobhan Ray.
Siobhan Ray, yes. Is running as well.
Right.
And again, I want to keep this clear. We're not running against anybody.
No, we're not. There's 4 seats.
4 seats available, and they're looking to occupy those seats.
Yeah.
And I think and this is what the Bible says, I call the young because they're strong, but I'll call the old because they know the way. There's the balance of the duality of both. And you taught me this very well, and I'll let you speak and I'm talking. It's not this or that, it's this and that.
Right.
So it's the need of having what's present and elevating what needs to be new or implemented. But give us a word of wisdom or a word of instruction or guidance concerning however you feel.
So there's so much, but as you were talking, what came to me is when I first spoke back in December 2023 about when I approached the board, I shared this. I said, I come before you and I stand on this because I truly believe where the word says, raise up a child in the way they should go. And when they are old, they will not depart far from it. What does that raising up look like?
Yeah.
I didn't add this, but what was in my spirit was that you have to seek God on how to raise these gifts.
Yes.
Our children are truly gifts. How to raise them up, how to equip them to do what they're being called to do. And so in that, we still need that village.
Yes.
We don't have all the things you were talking about. Where's that village?
Yeah.
Where the parents may be lacking because they just don't have it.
Yes.
But is there another parent that can help them along?
Right.
To cultivate, to push them, or someone who has some wisdom. Oh, I see this in your child. This is what they need.
Yeah.
Or I will teach them this, bring them over here. But we've got to get involved. We got to help each other.
Yes.
One of the big things is I say this to the board. I said, everything rises and falls with leadership.
Yes.
We have to stop finger pointing. Leadership, if you're in that leadership role, you have to take responsibility for the outcome and work to change it. Equip those under you, those that you're leading, so they can succeed. Provide what they need with those resources. But here comes the accountability. Are you willing to do those hard things? Are you willing to discipline?
Yes.
When somebody's not doing that. If they missed the mark, how do you discipline and correct that behavior? But again, we're striving for excellence. I shared my goal is go from the bottom 5% to the top 5%. Will it happen overnight? Absolutely not.
Right.
But we got to look at 3 to 5 years, making those incremental steps. We got to do it together.
For sure.
We got to do it together.
Is there any forums coming up for the school board?
Yes. Niagara Community Information Group is doing their 3rd Board of Education Candidate Forum.
Okay.
May 12th.
Okay.
At 6 or at 6 o'clock at the Earl Bridges Library.
Okay.
It'll be hosted by, be facilitated. The moderator will be Mr. Terrence Hurd, former Buffalo School Board at Large member.
Yes. I know Terrence, my guy. Yeah, good.
And we do that so there doesn't seem to be any bias, an outsider.
Yes.
And so
make sure you guys tap into that. So that's on the 12th at the library.
Yes.
The library at 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys tap in. Make sure you're present. Also, make sure you are getting out to vote.
Absolutely.
May 19th. All right. Michael Barksdale, number 7. Get out and vote. Why? Because it matters. It's important. Again, we're not fighting anybody.
No, we're not.
We're definitely just putting people in position to make the adjustments necessary for growth. Thank y'all for rocking out and tuning in. Be honest with y'all, we can talk all day and we can really go in.
Absolutely.
Y'all don't understand. This is the Barksdale, okay? There is information. There is knowledge. But out of wisdom, we'll give you what you got tonight or this afternoon or this morning, whenever you watch it. But rock out with us. Again, I'll see y'all on the next show. I'll holler at y'all. It's Big Frank. Thank you again for coming. I appreciate you, sir.
Thank you.
And, let's have a good time. I'll holler at y'all. Peace. Technology. Peace.
I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
You and I have never seen democracy. All we've seen is hypocrisy.
All we've say to America is be true to what you said on paper.
You know what's right. Just do right. It will satisfy your soul.